Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the PN. I'm your host, Mr. Green, and coming to the ring, that young lady, the Black Widow, will be participating in our feature matchup of the week, or VOD, for those of you on YouTube. But Black Widow, Brianna Call, will be participating in this matchup against one of her long-standing wrestling rivals. Although in recent years, I think the Black Widow would cease to believe that anyone is a rival to her. She's, as you can see right now, arms outstretched, adopted an entirely new attitude of entitlement, if one can call it that. If you're not familiar with the Black Widow, you should check out some of her previous work. It is amazing to see how the Widow has evolved in her wrestling career, not just physically, but in attitude. Just a quick moment here. This particular episode is brought to you in part by our very own brand new WPNWrestling.com website. If you want to continue to support us and support the efforts of this channel, go support the website. Go check that out, as well as the Facebook page, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already. Everything that you do does help keep this thing going, keeps it alive, and we appreciate that. Coming into the ring right now, Jessica Wetmore, her opponent. Surprisingly enough, Wetmore not only is considered a rival to the Black Widow now, but in another lifetime, she was partners with her. Also matches which you can find here with Wetmore and the Black Widow tag teaming together against the then team known as the Rockettes. Of course, they are no longer that. They are formerly known as the Rockettes. That was the Tiffany Rocks and Rock and Roll Roxy, both of which you can find on this channel in action. The bell has rung. Wetmore, of course, is a very big favorite here in Southern Extreme Championship Wrestling. Of course, I've failed to mention earlier that this match is presented by Southern Extreme Championship Wrestling. You did a great job in providing some wonderful ladies matches, and we want to thank them for allowing us to come in and shoot and produce these videos for them. Twisting arm bar by Wetmore, taking over on the Black Widow, takes her into a hammerlock. Widow is now neutralized, dead center of the ring. She's reaching back, trying to get the leg. Twists out, trying to escape, and gets caught with the hammerlock again by Wetmore. Wetmore was prepared for it. Again, these two do know each other. They have tag teamed in the past. Of course, that is a long time ago now. The Black Widow has changed in more ways than one, physically, and I would say mentally as well. As I stated earlier, she almost carries a sense of entitlement. She has deadly eyes when she walks into the ring. She's a stern wrestler. Big forearm shot to the back of the head. Second one, as she reversed into into a wrist lock. Not top wrist lock, but just a wrist lock. Twists around again, pops the arm across her own shoulder, maintains the wrist lock, and now Wetmore applying a top wrist lock to the Black Widow. Right now it is a war of attrition, moves and counter moves between these two ladies. I would imagine the familiarity that they have for having wrestled each other a number of times, having tagged with each other in the past, may come into play here. There's a reversal by the Black Widow as she puts the top wrist lock now on Wetmore. Wetmore, who is a fantastic technical wrestler, and you saw a quick hair pull by the Black Widow. I don't think the Widow was expecting Wetmore to go hole for hole with her. And she was able to do that, and a little bit of frustration came in with that hair pull. Forcing in the corner with a couple of forearm shots, shoots off into the turnbuckle on the opposite end. Wetmore charges. Widow charges, big splash. Catches Wetmore in the corner. Black Widow looking to pop her with her rear end, and caught nothing but the turnbuckle there. Now it is Wetmore who's back in control, having utilized some quick reflexes, gotten out of the way of that. Hooks the leg. Not close. Black Widow is still in the game. And now looking for a seated top wrist lock. The arm seems to be the target, drawn on the body of the Black Widow. Jessica Wetmore utilizing a scientific wrestling approach. Maybe that was a little less scientific. Pops the fingers, leg drop on the arm, right there at the joint of the elbow. Catches her in a hammerlock with her thigh and pops an arm bar with the other arm. The right arm is an arm bar. Very similar to what Perry Saturn used in WCW, known as the Rings of Saturn. Except she's using her legs in here in a hammerlock position. And now she's stretching the legs of the Widow in there as well. She really had her tied up in knots right there. Wetmore back up to her feet, twisting arm breaker, takes her down. There's got to be some serious pain there. Looking for a cover. The Widow's able to come out of it. You see her shaking it off, trying to get blood flowing back into that arm so that she can continue in this matchup. Short clothesline out of the arm bar attempt. Now it kicks to the side. Whatever effort the Black Widow had to try to outdo Wetmore in a wrestling capacity have been subsided now as the Widow's gotten a little bit more aggressive. And I'm not sure if the Widow cares how she's perceived as long as she wins the match. Cobra clutch being applied. And she has her center of the ring. Turns it to a side Russian leg sweep. Hooks the leg. And Wetmore is out at the 2. The Widow now in her new evolution as a wrestler. Somewhat reminds me of a Dean Malenko as a very focused, calculating performer in that ring. That's probably the highest compliment that I can give. Ooh, stiff kick right to the back. Now she applies a hammerlock using her legs and ties up the right arm of Wetmore in a seated position. Very much the same hold that Wetmore had applied to her earlier when the Widow was on her stomach. And this could score the submission victory. She's got it locked in tight. Look at her thighs. Look at her arms. She had it in there cinched in almost perfectly because the pressure's been let off now. Wetmore's found a way out of it. Gets a modified snap mirror. Hooks the leg. Double axe handle right there to the small of the back goes Wetmore. The Black Widow is now in trouble. Looks like that pain of that sledgehammer coming down on her might have turned the tables for it for this match. Shoots her in, turnbuckle, reverse elbow, hooks the head, bulldog, goes for the cover again, 2, and the Widow is out. Wetmore trying to get herself collected, perhaps searching for the next move in her database that she can apply. Forearm shot to the top of the head. Second one. She breaks it down again. Wetmore in complete control. And the fans are loving this here. Fall away slam. And the favorite Jessica Wetmore looks like she might score. No. I thought the fall away slam might be able to do it. She looks a little frustrated right now. That frustration made it go right back for another pin, but I don't think the Widow's ready to go down quite yet. Wetmore's going to have to go for a big move that can put her out, at least ring a bell for 3 seconds, shoots into the turnbuckles. Now Jessica's getting prepared, comes charging across the ring, looks for a monkey flip, slips, and that might that might have been a mistake that cost her. It's a 3 count. The Widow was able to get out, take advantage of that one faux pas. Jessica Wetmore had her out-wrestled. I will go and say she was out-wrestling the Black Widow for a good portion of this match. And that one mistake cost her. And further advantage pressed with her feet on the bottom ropes. The Black Widow scores the victory in this match. And she will take it however she takes it. She's very pleased with herself.
I can't see what he didn't see. I can't overturn it. But I tell you what, in the future, I can have a rematch for you. How about that?
Well, there's the owner of SECW, saying that he's going to call for a rematch with Wetmore and the Black Widow. And I can only hope that our cameras are there to catch it, because they are fantastic wrestlers, and I know that a grudge will only make it that much better. Thanks for supporting us, everybody.